This footage shows how volunteers with tradition, family, and property were attacked for supporting traditional marriage. In this video, you will see TFP volunteers being assaulted, threatened, pepper sprayed, hit with glass bottles, sprayed with pesticide, punched, and spit on. And their literature was stolen, ripped, and burned. But before we see this shocking footage, please know that whenever TFP volunteers organize rallies, their conduct is peaceful and respectful, never aggressive. And our message is positive. The banners and signs say, God's marriage equals one man and one woman, or honk for traditional marriage. Those who disagree, however, are not always peaceful. The advocates of same-sex marriage not only dislike the idea of true marriage, but they attack the messenger. If you support traditional marriage, please send this video to your friends. More Americans need to see how the homosexual movement attacks the sanctity of marriage and threatens freedom of speech. Will CNN and MSNBC run this footage? Probably not. So please share it with your friends. God bless you.
This man, who was obviously pro-homosexual, had shaken up a large 2-liter bottle of soda and opened it up and ran from behind us and began to spray us and got it all over our clothes. I was at Arizona State University campaigning for traditional marriage.
Well, I was standing on the side of the street and I had a camera, and my sole purpose was to just keep an eye out for any trouble. So we both noticed that a car who could have made it through a green light slowed down.
And the passenger stuck his arm out of his window and sprayed pesticide at me.
I was able to just start taking pictures as soon as the car started passing. I was getting sprayed as well. The pesticide stained my clothes and stained the black plastic on the camera as well.
What would have hit my face hit the front of the sign, but he did manage to get some of it on my hands, which had a burning sensation for 2 hours afterwards.
So when the policeman asked if we had gotten any pictures, we were able to show him all these pictures, and the policeman just started chuckling because he said this is everything that we need to find these people and to show that what they had done.
We were on campus at Berkeley, and a couple of us were standing holding our banners there. One of the students, a young lady, she started burning our flyer, our literature that we were handing out.
And then she continued kneeling there as if saying a prayer of some type.
How can you have a discussion with someone when they take your flyer and burn it? Somebody else, another student, grabbed a box of flyers, about 1,200 flyers or something. They burnt them in another area of the campus, and the police showed up, and the fire truck and everything. But it was so apparent that these guys don't practice tolerance. They don't practice what they preach at all. The aggressiveness that was there is something where, you have to be there. If somebody doubts, if somebody thinks we're exaggerating, I would recommend that they would come and join us the next time we go to one of these campuses, because it's very real, and you'll see it if you go.
As we were walking, we noticed a car pulled up and stopped right along the curb.
What about people that just want to be happy?
And a man got out and just started yelling at us, all sorts of profanities, and at a certain point he got very visibly upset and just ran around his car at us, came right up into my face, and then at a certain point he just shoved me, and I kind of fell backwards. I didn't fall down, but I fell back pretty far, all in the name of peace and tolerance.
I'll attack you too.
Somebody just spit in your face?
Yes, sir. Right
Who spit in your face?
A man. I could recognize him if I saw him.
Did he say anything?
No, I offered him a flyer, and he just spat at me.
The spit landed directly on my face, pretty much all over my forehead, my eyebrows, except for my eyes. Luckily, they didn't get in my eyes.
I took my handkerchief out and wiped it away. He just spit on him and immediately took off, immediately walked away, quick as he could. It's not the first time, you know, I was spit on at another intersection we did.
What are you talking about? Open-mindedness.
Yeah, whatever. If you want an open-minded discussion.
And it's very quick, but it's revolting, and it shows the lack of tolerance. It shows a lot of things. The person, they don't have an argument. They don't have, you know, they disagree with you, but like a child or like someone with no self-control, they just do what comes to them. It's a reaction.
Yeah, after it happened, I wasn't going to give up. I just kept on doing it. I kept on handing out flyers and went on with our job.
He was the youngest volunteer, and that's why they picked on him.
So it was just a normal campaign, and for no reason, this young man came up and he had a Bible in his hand, and he started ripping out pages and throwing them into the faces of the TFP members.
You're amazing.
Your Bible.
Hey, you're littering. You're not a depot.
Your Bible.
And every time he would throw a piece of the Bible at a TFP member, he would insult the Catholic Church.
Are you Catholic?
Fine. Is that a Bible, sir?
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is, and you're destroying.
Yeah, and you guys are boys. Sin against nature, exactly. Well, then why are you guys boys? I'm against all of you ignorant.
So while this was going on, two other men came. One of them was holding a rainbow flag, and he says, "I'm glad he's ripping up the Bible. I smoked a joint with the Bible."
Right there, my goodness. Well, I agree with them tearing that up. I smoked a joint with the Bible. Smoked a joint with the Bible? Absolutely. Oh, yeah? We're the only ones.
You need
30 states, 30 states.